Hi guys, so I wanted to welcome you to my ebook, and it's not only just about chalk paint, but primarily. And I wanted to go over the topic of brands of chalk paint and why I'm kind of a snob about chalk paint. So, for example, when I talk about like the quality, I'm looking at how thin it is to thick, right? And how many coats of coverage, how much time it's going to take me. So, in my experience, the cheaper chalk paints, and I'm talking Rust-Oleum, Martha Stewart, some of the little craft stores, is it Lowe's, Home Depot, they have, yeah, I got paint on me today. I've been painting down there in the shop. They have brands that are pretty popular, but I find that the coverage just isn't very good. And for me, time is of most importance. So I have gone with, primarily right now we're using Dixie Belle, and I'm so happy with it. We've used lots of different brands, the Farmhouse, chalk paint, the Annie Sloan. Oh gosh, there's just so many to list. But I really like the boutique chalk paints more because I feel like they're thicker. My coverage is better. I would be a little bit careful with the Annie Sloan. I don't use it a whole lot. It tends to be one of the thicker chalk paints, and it's designed where you would actually thin that down a little bit to get it to flow evenly. And so sometimes if you don't do that process, but it'll be a little bit maybe chunkier, it'll dry, maybe a little bit not so smooth. For me, when I'm chalk painting, I don't always have water around to thin out my chalk paint. So that's where, and I'm not trying to sell you on Dixie Belle. It's just what I use. I love it. But it dries super smooth. And I have a blog post all about how to get a smooth finish when you're chalk painting. We have all sorts of details on how to get like a chippy look, how to use Vaseline. There are so many tips and tricks to this little $5.99 ebook. You are going to need to watch some YouTube videos for details and look at some of our blog post links. It's just because I couldn't put all the content into a book format into your inbox. You would be reading for a super long time. So this way you can kind of look at exactly what technique you want to learn about. So I want to say thank you, and I hope that you find this really helpful. Feel free to follow us on our social media accounts. We're on Pinterest and Facebook, primarily Instagram, but we also have a community over on Facebook where we talk about painting tips and tricks and wreath making and DIY and just life in general. So I want you to take a look at that. And all right, thanks.